Right, so I'm back at the real Fallout 4 back on Outcasts and Remnants Quest Map Plus. So yeah, last time around, we tried to join the Brotherhood of Gold, but for that, we had to go collect a sledgehammer. But in order to collect that sledgehammer, you first had to go collect a dildo bat with a map inside, and then trade that for the sledgehammer with fucking Fatiwa, who I then blew up, sort of, because I got angry, because I got shot a few too many times doing that whole entire goddamn fetch quest, but we made it through. So now we gotta go deliver that sledgehammer to Chuck at the BOG bunker, and then hopefully join the Brotherhood of Gold, which I'm hoping is worth it at this point. Because if it's not, I'm just gonna blow up everyone. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying this quest, Matt, so we're gonna go see what the Brotherhood of Gold is all about. Should be a good time. Right, well I got one sledgehammer and one dildo bat. It's a very long story.
Hi.
Hey, look who's back. Any problems retrieving the sledgehammer?
Nah, definitely none at all.
Nope, no problem whatsoever.
All right, looks like it's mojito time. Here's a keycard to access the bunker. Have a look around, make yourself at home. Feel free to use the supplies in the workbenches. If you want a little more history about our order, you can check out the terminals in our research library.
Man, does that involve reading? Right, well, I guess we're gonna go take a look around this place, and, what is actually next? In plain sight. We gotta go talk to Jesse Porter. Okay, well, we got a milk machine and two gigantic milk makers. Right, we gotta look away. The ad people won't like that.
Bad. I'm the guy with the gun.
Well, there's plenty of work to be done. The Commonwealth is still crawling with ferals, super mutants, synths, you name it.
Mike McBride. Ooh. This is looking fancy right here. This map is so goddamn bright you can't even see it. And we got a library.
You know, I could get...
Okay, are you meaning to tell me that the Brotherhood really accepts a super mutant?
You
Radfar.
no, brother. We are all the same.
Right. I mean, last I checked, the Brotherhood of Steel wasn't really a big fan of mutants.
Be careful out there.
Oh, Jesus. They got this thing, I have no fucking clue what this is.
The most
Collector's
dangerous thing in
case.
a combat zone is an officer with a map.
Underground water. And this place is freaking everything. Okay. We got a pool with some girls in bikinis. Yeah, so far, this place is not too shabby.
Bet you can shrug off just about anything in that armor.
Rough night last night?
Now, you guys also seem to have like an implant station around here, don't you? Right, well, what up?
Welcome to our headquarters. I'm Jesse. Pleasure to meet you.
And so what is it you want me to do? Hopefully, no more fetch quests. You know, the last one, it was kind of troublesome, that one.
Nice to meet a friendly face.
Whoa.
Great. I'm the head scribe here.
I can also disappear.
What would you like to know?
Yeah, what is this stealth technology? I haven't really had my stealth boys malfunction like this before. Anyways, what do you got me
What do you need
doing?
help with?
Word is, we could use someone with your combat and tracking skills. So let me ask you something. What do you know about the Gunners?
Well, you know, they dress themselves just slightly better than raiders.
Not a problem. Gunners are just raiders with better armor.
I suppose that's one way of looking at it. We've been doing recon on the Gunners, trying to understand how they got access to Vertibird's power armor and plasma weapons. As far as we know, only the Enclave and the Brotherhood of Steel historically had access to that kind of advanced equipment and weaponry. We don't know how the Gunners can afford all these high-tech gadgets just from doing mercenary work. The Commonwealth is dirt poor, and the major settlements have their own security forces, so who's paying the Gunners? We also can't figure out why the Gunners sacked Quincy, a major trading hub, and then shut it down. If they didn't want to control trade through the city, what was the point of taking it? And more importantly, what's keeping the Gunners from capturing the other major hubs like Diamond City? So we've been mapping out their bases trying to figure out where their real HQ is. We recently tracked some Gunner soldiers to a suspicious-looking bunker on the southern part of Lake Kakatou. We suspect the Gunners' true leadership may be stationed there. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to infiltrate the base and retrieve any intel you can on what the Gunners are up to and who's funding them. It's a high-risk mission, but it could provide the break we've been looking for. Are you on board?
You know, I think I've got an answer for all those questions, and the answer is Bethesda shoddy writing. But, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Great. I'll mark the location on the map. The bunker is well guarded, so you'll want to take some backup with you. Talk to Ash before you head out. He's a good soldier to have along on a mission like this.
Ooh, are we gonna collect Pokemon? Hey, no staring.
What's on your mind?
Are you ready for an adventure? Also, why do you look like a slightly more smug version of me?
Excuse me.
Hey, you ready to go fuck some shit up?
Hell yeah, man. Let's go.
Gonna pass.
Oh, shit.
You're not really my type.
No problem. I'll be here if you decide you need some backup.
Look, you know, it's me. It's not you.
Sounds good. I'd appreciate the company.
Lead the way.
Alrighty then. So you mean to tell me that the Brotherhood also accepts a ghoul? Yeah, it doesn't really seem like these guys are much like the actual Brotherhood. Anyways, we gotta go over here to acquire intel about the Kakatou bunker. So far, it seems to be deserted.
The enemy is around.
Gunner Corporal.
No, you what?
It's kind of a small gunner outpost here. Right. You know, I'll leave you to greet the Deathclaw. I'll just go in here. I mean, it's just a mysterious hole in the ground. I don't think anything can go wrong. This is not the first gigantic hole I've been in. Ooh, shit. Alright, nothing to worry about. It's just a bunch of turrets. We'll be fine. Okay, I gotta get something bigger out for this. Alright. Now, since when do gunners have access to private underground vault bases? I wonder. I have my slightest suspicions that this is gonna tie in with like Unitech or something. Alright. We got a few more over there. One right there. Then we got some more robots. It's no biggie. Right, you go get him, giddy up. You go get him. Right, well, I guess they're good distraction tools.
It continues to exhibit hostile intent.
Nah, that wasn't so bad. Alright, let's see. We still got like a turret up here. Are we done here? Nah, we'll be fine. Right, we got the Triage Protocol and Gene Pool Purity. So as the remnants of the pre-war government, we, along with the survivors of certain vaults built by Vault-Tec, are the last known bastions of pure, unmutated humanity. Okay, this is starting to sound like Enclave. Following the Great War, our ancestors awaited patiently in their offshore shelter, monitoring background radiation levels for over a century, until it was safe to repopulate and rebuild the mainland. But there was a problem. The effects of radiation had turned the mainland population into something less than completely human. To preserve the purity of the human race, outsiders were prohibited from joining our ranks. Even as we migrated from the West Coast to Washington, D.C., and subsequently to the Commonwealth, well, recent events have forced a revision of that policy. Medical priority is still to be given to patients with verified unmutated genes. So, what, is it the Enclave that's like supplying the gunners with tech to kill the people of the Commonwealth because the Enclave is back apparently, or something? I mean, I'm pretty sure my uncle like blew them up or something. That one day. And then he blew him up again. The Enclave really has a tendency of getting blown up. Should probably do something about that. Mission objectives. Making the Commonwealth great again. Oh dear God. SWOT analysis. So that's like strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and I forgot the T. The T stands for something. Oh yeah, threats. Alright. The original plan of our DC counterparts to neutralize the subset of population with mutated genes is no longer feasible. What is left of our original group represents a fraction of 1% of the Commonwealth population. The division of labor would collapse if our original plan were successfully implemented. We've made material progress in clinical trials, modifying Eden's FEV strain to target only super mutants and ghouls. Accordingly, the Commonwealth mission objective has been revised to destabilize the area while... I read this email further. While we perfect the FEV strain and consolidate enough military force to fill the power vacuum once the new strain is released. Upon our arrival in the Commonwealth in 2077, the Minutemen were the largest military force. Our first order of business has been to infiltrate the Minutemen, covertly eliminate their leadership, and create infighting to undermine them. We are aware that events of the recent past have made rebuilding infrastructure, industries, and other necessities under our organization's traditional name policy impossible. Right, so they got some PR problems. Okay. As much as we genuinely want to help rebuild America, no one will trust us with the task. A rebranding is necessary. When it comes time to fill the power vacuum we create, we shall build an army of people. Of the people. Under our control and off the radar of the Brotherhood of Steel. Okay. Gunners. Something. Stronger, faster, smarter. DNA. Scientists. Commonwealth. Pip-Boys. Right, so they supplied the gunners. You know, sometimes you just gotta outsource things. So apparently the Enclave is back. They're outsourcing to gunners, and they're trying to actually take over the Commonwealth here. Let me get this straight. So what I think I read, and I wasn't really paying too much attention because I never do, but what I think I read was that they are initially going to create an FEV strain that only targets super mutants and ghouls, and at the same time trying to take over the Commonwealth. But I read nothing about trying to exterminate everybody in the Commonwealth, so you know, it seems like they're trying to fix those PR problems there. They're not trying to murder everybody anymore, just a few people. So, you know, maybe they're not so bad this time. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Well, we got a nice Enclave flag right there. We got some super mutants.
Did you see something?
I thought you guys were, like, good now. Yeah, I come in peace. Alright, whatever. Whoa-dee. Right, you guys should really try out this new phone. Newest technology in the Commonwealth. How the hell did you pick that thing up, by the way? Seems pretty powerful. And so perhaps the answers are close by. Right, we shoot that guy, we shoot that guy, we shoot the invisible guy right here. Who's very much invisible. Still looking around for more answers, I guess.
You're out of your league, pal.
Well, you know, I'm not really interested in dating men, unfortunately. Sorry. It's not you, it's me, okay? You can... Holy shit. See, I'm sorry, okay? It's not you, it's really me. Okay, never mind. You go get him, Spike. You go get him. Yeah, that's more like it. That one. Right, there's still a... Yeah, that's the invisible guy right there. Right, we got him. I have to read this terminal in peace. DC Modified FEV. The Modified FEV strain we brought with us from the Raven Rock lab is a heavily modified substrain of the forced evolution virus that was developed by John Henry Eden. The substrain is based on a progenitor. Oh man, it's been a long time since I've had biology. Progenitor. The FEV culprit 13 substrain, our chemical corpse originally synthesized and tested in 20 to 42. Eden updated the virus delivery mechanism so it could be inserted into the water purification system like the Project Purity system at the DC Jefferson Memorial, unlike FFE curling? What the fuck? So yeah, apparently it's curling and not whatever I said before, so we're playing curling here. Eden's FEV strain does not target those that are pure humans without any DNA damage caused by radiation. Upon ingestion, Eden's FEV strain indiscriminately targets and exterminates super mutants, ghouls, all other mutated creatures, and generally anything that has been at all affected by wasteland mutation. This includes any wasteland originally born in the wasteland and or heavily exposed to its background radiation and or other mutational hazards. The only people immune to Eden's FEV strain are mutant-free pure humans, those born inside Vault-Tec vaults or similarly sealed environments who are unaffected by wasteland mutation. Blue boils. Our primary concern has been ensuring that the new FEV strain cannot spread to humans. The research has hit a wall. A percentage of human test subjects injected with the strain are presenting with fever and blue boils. Blue boils. However, neither fever nor boils are contagious. We have been unable to isolate why this is happening and why it only affects a subset of the human population. Additional tests are ongoing. Eden's strain was impractical for use in the Commonwealth for two primary reasons. One, the Commonwealth does not have a public water delivery mechanism similar to the Project Purity reactor. Two, targeting impure humans is no longer a desired outcome. Our efforts in modifying the virus have focused on increasing the mutation threshold necessary in an organism before the virus has any effect, so that wasteland humans are not adversely affected. Another hurdle has been developing a delivery mechanism allowing the virus to effectively incubate and spread among the human population without infecting humans. The airborne delivery system we initially envisioned hit various development roadblocks that forced us in the direction of a weaponized projectile delivery system. So we're gonna build a gigantic virus bomb. Okay. Based on the results from our test subjects, a mutant whose skin is pierced with a projectile containing the FEV will start displaying symptoms within a week. During the incubation period, they will spread the virus via skin-to-skin contact with other mutants. Okay. Right, so what are we doing now? We are still gathering intel. Now you guys should really centralize your servers. I don't have to like jump all over the fucking place to get intel here. Living quarters. Man, you guys got like a real fancy base. I like it. So now apparently the Enclave just stands around there all day. Doing stand-up comedy, I guess. Deep cover, minimum infiltration, domino theory, Becker is dead, final nail in the coffin, Preston's business plan. My fucking god. Is Preston in on it? I fucking knew it. That goddamn son of a bitch. Now I fucking know it. Like the whole settlement thing was just a code word for his overt, covert, not so overt operations. What does overt mean again? I don't even know. I just looked it up on his terminal. Apparently overt is quite the opposite of covert, so never mind what I said about overt. But, yeah, let's go read through this, I guess. Agent Garvey intel log. Transcription of Agent Garvey disciplinary hearing. Captain Todd. Where the fuck have you been, Garvey? And what the hell is this? Garvey. It's a petty caps requester. Captain Todd. What on earth do you need 1,000 caps for? A little flash money. Flash money will. Let's see there. 400 caps for a colonial duster, 200 caps for a castanet. 550 caps for a laser musket. A requisition order for a vertibird escort. Man, Preston's got some expensive needs. I don't want to see any more of these fundings requests. When am I gonna see some credible intel? I know that you're getting upset, and I know you must have a reason to be upset, but let me tell you something, Captain. I'm close. I'm getting so close now, it's making me crazy, cause I can smell it. It's in the air, and I smell it. Do you smell it? Because I smell it. All I smell is your bullshit. For 5 months, I've been pouring caps down a bottomless hole. Already results at the end of this rainbow. Wait a second there, Captain. I just thought that if there was a problem, don't think, Garvey. It makes my dick itch. This mod is great. The truth is, this division has fronted you a fortune, and my ass is on the line. I okayed all this shit. I must be out of my mind to let you keep talking me into this crap, but I can't pull out until I get some valuable intel or my career is finished. But I promise you, I won't go down alone. I'm gonna give you 3 months. If I don't see some results by then, I'm gonna cover my own ass. How do you like that arrangement? If we only have 3 months to pull this off, I have to go deep undercover. I'm undercover deep now, but I'm gonna have to go deep, deep, deep undercover. So if you sign that paperwork for me, I'm gonna be going so deep, sir, you won't even know where I am. People are gonna try to radio me like, hey Preston, and there's gonna be no answer, cause I'm gonna be deep undercover. I'm tired of your bullshit, Garvey. You were chosen for this assignment because of your prowess for deception, but don't pull that shit on me. You've got 3 months to infiltrate the minimum leadership, and if I don't see some goddamn results by then, I'm gonna grind your ass so far into the goddamn ground you're gonna have sore butt cheeks. You got that? Deal. I understand. I'll have a dog meat ass. Now will you please sign the authorization form for my flash money? And don't worry, I'm on the job. Captain Todd, that's what I'm afraid of. Okay. Minutemen infiltration. Minutemen inner circle, Colonel Hollis, Old Fart, without the castle, blah blah blah. Size of strain, Joe Becker. Okay. Becker is dead. Alright. Red Preston is rising up through the ranks. Final nail in the coffin. I've been hanging out at Fusion City a lot lately. 100% business, I swear. Here's the deal. The leadership at Fusion City hates that Quincy is the trading hub directly en route between Boston and the eastern seaboard cities southwest of here. If Quincy were eliminated, Fusion City would be the logical alternative for traders headed north to Boston. As these predictions are that their revenues would see a 25% increase with Quincy out of the picture. They started a propaganda campaign against Quincy, talking about some weapons of mass... Oh, this is really going deep. Weapons of mass destruction bullshit. Whatever. Apparently people are actually buying it. Fusion City wants someone not directly associated with their security forces to launch a preemptive strike against Quincy to shut it down as a trading hub. The Gunner Division is the logical choice. Agent Clint is on board, but he'll need to blow his cover and publicly switch sides to make it work. I'll make sure Colonel Hollis responds to the calls from Quincy for help. He also let me get away with a small group of survivors to sell it and keep my cover intact. If successful, this will put the final nail in the coffin, and I'll effectively be the last of the Minutemen. Then we can implement the endgame, building an army of the people and are out of control to take back the Commonwealth from the Gunners. As we gradually transition the Gunner personnel into our new Minutemen recruits. Oh man, that son of a bitch. At Preston's business plan. Thanks for making the escape from Quincy look good. I did run into a bit of trouble, though, with raiders in Concord on the way up the sanctuary. You'll never believe what happened, though. Out of nowhere, this badass shows up wearing a blue vault suit and mows down all the raiders, then offers to help lead us to sanctuary. Didn't make sense to me because this person kept talking about their missing kid. Why help us, I'm thinking. Go look for your missing son, right? But no. This vault-suit character starts building housing, planting crops, and setting up water and electricity for us in Sanctuary. Is this an alternate universe? Because I did none of those things. This must be an alternate universe. At this point, I'm baffled. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? So I told him I wanted to rebuild the Minutemen and gave them a list of logical settlements that needed our help. And believe it or not, a few days later I get word that all those settlements want to join the Minutemen. Apparently this fall dweller like gets some weird satisfaction from rescuing idiots. This really must be an alternate universe. I did none of those things. So I made them the general with the Minutemen and sent them off on a new round of errands. The thing is, now the settlements the quote-unquote general has rescued are starting to produce more because they feel protected. Of course the demand for quote-unquote good guy mercenaries only exists to the extent that there are bad guys to fight. So I've been tipping off raiders about the new settlements, letting them know when the general is going off somewhere else. In exchange we get a cut of the proceeds. But that got me thinking, leadership has never been thrilled with the non-purebloods we've let into our organization. What if we use this as an opportunity to get rid of some undesirables in our ranks? At least the gunner conscripts. The same way I tip raiders off when it's safe to raid the settlement, I can tip you off when it's not safe. And you can send the expendables out to do a raid. It would be an easy mechanism to root out any dissenters as we gradually transition the gunner personnel into the ranks of the Minutemen. In the meanwhile, I'm going to convince the general to help us take back the castle, so we can have a form of long-range communication that makes it less suspicious that I seem to know when and where all these settlement attacks are taking place. My god, that son of a bitch. We also need to discuss the Institute and the Brotherhood of Steel, as they, along with the teleportation problem, are the last impediments to us expanding control over the entire Commonwealth. I may be able to use the General to help do the dirty work for us against those guys. Stay tuned. My god. Fortunately, I didn't consciously do any of those things. And I'm not that much of a sucker. But whoever did do those things is a real sucker. Okay. Well, apparently they've also discovered teleportation, and Einstein was wrong. And size matters not. Intruder alert, and then we got some Vault-Tec spies. Right, apparently Vault-Tec is trying to infiltrate the Enclave. Yeah, well, apparently they captured a Vault-Tec spy, and the bunker may or may not be buried below the surface like the Institute. So, apparently they don't like Vault-Tec all that much. And they suck at teleporting. So, yeah. And we gotta get to Vault-Tec Regional HQ. Man, we are really going on an adventure here. But that'll be next time. For now, I think I've read enough, you know. Preston has really tried to sucker us into a pyramid scheme, but unfortunately I didn't fall for it, but apparently we're in an alternate universe where I did fall for it, so that's kind of unfortunate, but I still feel like it wasn't my fault because I didn't fall for it. I just got like teleported to this universe, so yeah, fortunately I didn't fall for it. But yeah, that was a wild adventure right there. Really an emotional roller coaster ride. The Enclave is back in force and they're manipulating the Commonwealth, much like the Institute apparently. So you know, next time around we'll probably like blow everybody up and call it a day. For now, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like. Also, support me on Patreon, and he knows about all the messages I gotta get across. So yeah. Until next time.